So I'm just going to talk you through how we actually do some digitizing inside QGIS. I've already created my layer inside my spatial light database. So the first thing I need to do is load up some sort of base map, which I'm going to use to digitize the boundary of a woodland from. In this case, I'm going to load up an OS base map, which I've already set up here in my favorites, which is a base map that's been catalogued already. So I'm just going to go and grab that to start with. So I've got that loaded up now, and I'm going to zoom roughly to the right location using the zoom tool to the woodland that I'd like to digitize first, somewhere in here. So again, I need to get pretty close to this so that I can trace the edge of the boundary. The next thing I need to now do is I need to load up the empty layer that I created in my spatial light database. And now sometimes I don't always see the information that's in there, so I actually do need to refresh up the top here. Okay, so there we go. So can load this in. So there we go. So first thing I need to do is I need to select the layer down here, and then I need to basically tell the GIS software that I want to start editing this layer. Now you've got a couple of options. You can right click on the layer and we can toggle editing, or we can go up to the toolbar up here, the editing toolbar. You may find that your editing toolbar is not switched on, so if that's the case you need to hover over on any grey area in the toolbar area that's got no tools on it, right click and then switch on the the digitizing toolbar. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to right click on the layer and I'm going to switch on the editing session. So first thing you notice is a little pencil appears down here, and then most of these tools now all become selectable. Because I'm drawing a polygon, I can go along to this one here, which is the Add Feature tool, and I select that, and now I've got a crosshair on my cursor, and I'm literally going to start tracing around the edge of the shape, and you'll see that this outline starts to appear. If I make a mistake or I click in the wrong location, so here I can literally hit the backspace and it will remove the most recently clicked point, which is quite a useful way as just a sort of immediate undo as we go. We've got the option to edit this shape once we've completed it, and when we get to the end we right click and that completes the polygon. Now the polygon's not appeared yet until I finish filling in the attribute table here. The first one is normally the automatically generated key, so I just leave that completely blank, and I can use the tab key to move to the next attribute. So I'm just going to put the name of the wood in. And these two other fields that I've added to my attribute table are going to be automatically generated in the field calculator later on, so I'm not going to fill those in right now. So I just simply click OK, and then of course that has now generated the polygon. So if I want to have a quick look in my attribute table, I can see the top one there. There we go. If I hit it, it makes a selection. So if I wanted to, I could delete that now by hitting the delete key once it's been selected, but I don't want to do that. I could also come back here and double click in these, and I could actually edit the information inside the attribute table if I needed to as well. And if I did make a mistake, I'll come up here to the node tool, click the node tool, and then if I click anywhere near the edge, I will get these tiny handles, which are the corners, and I can click those and they go blue, and now I can drag them around to resize or to move the shape. If I want to add another control point, I can just click or double click anywhere and I will get a new one. Also I can remove them, so if I make it blue by selecting it, I can then hit the delete key and that will also remove it. So that's the various sort of control, or at least basic ways of generating, digitizing a vector layer, and also editing it as well. Now this is not saved permanently until I click either up here on the save icon, which will save the edits, or alternatively if I toggle editing, which is going to take me back out of the editing session, the computer will say, would you like to save the changes? And of course I need to say yes. So that now is committed to the layer and it's permanently saved in there. You'll notice that this is currently still selected, this layer, so if I want to unselect the layer, I'll just click up here on the deselect features and then we're back to where we started.